I'm here in the woods. It's one of the places where I learn how to receive. I had a conversation this morning with men's coach Leroy Gordon. It was the third in our series on the 4 archetypes for men's work. Today we were talking about, or Leroy was talking about and asking me about how I experienced the lover. It's always quite wonderful to have conversations with Leroy. Lots for me to chew on, think about. My colleague Sarah Anderson and I had just recently hosted a sacred intimacy intensive retreat. And one of the things that we'd done was we'd ask people for their 3 words about intimacy. So today I asked Leroy about his, and he offered up closeness, trust, and eyes. And if you listen to the conversation, it'll be posted to the podcast in the next few days. If you wait towards the end of the podcast, he elaborates on why these 3 words. Now, we, in our retreat, ask people to give 3 words, and I'm asking you here to offer up your 3 words about intimacy. But then I asked him not to tell us the story about his 3 words till later, because I wanted, and I want you now, just to sit with these 3 words. Closeness, trust, eyes. And how do you connect them to your understandings of intimacy? Now let's step forward to the conversation about the lover. One of the things that Leroy had said in an early conversation, I can't remember if it was our conversation about the warrior or about the magician, but he had said, and I agree with him, that the real work that we do, the real men's work, is receiving what the feminine offers. And that everything else we do, all the retreats we go on, all the practices we do, all the things we call men's work, that's just preparation so that we can receive in the moment what the feminine offers. And that feminine might be the world around us, it might be children, it might be a spouse or a lover, it might be a friend, it might be the men we work with. The feminine takes all kinds of forms, and it's always there to nourish us. Most of the time we don't experience that way, so that's why we prepare. As I understand what Leroy said about the lover archetype, it's really about being in that receptive relationship to the world. To be a lover, to feel into what the world offers and be willing to receive it, to be vulnerable enough to be receptive to and have a capacity for an intimacy with whatever the world brings us, whatever life brings us. And to somehow let that change us, enrich us. Now that's certainly my experience of where I am in this life. And it's what I teach, both to men and to women and to couples, is how to prepare for the moments of gifts, And for those of us who step into the masculine polarity, whether we're men or women, that can always change, to know how to be still enough and open enough to the capacity for that kind of intimacy. This is not easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. And that's why we go on retreats and do workshops and do in-person classes and online training, etc., etc. Now, my colleague Sarah, with whom I hosted the Sacred and Intimacy Intensive, we are hosting a monthly series of virtual workshops where we'll be offering practices for intimacy. It's part of the Apprenticeship to Love series. And we're also going to be doing occasional live Instagrams. So we've got one coming up soon where we're going to be talking about aftercare, intimacy and aftercare. Because, like I said, the stuff we're inviting you to do it's simple, but it's asking our nervous systems to break open, to try something new. And that does have consequences, and we need to be careful with ourselves. So that's what we're talking about on Tuesday, March 19th. You go to Sarah's Instagram for the link. It's at 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Or you can direct message me and I'll send you the link. And if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to be in touch. And if you've got your own 3 words about intimacy, I would love to hear them. You can send me a message. You can give me a call at 250-792-1408. You can email me at rev.hans@sacredbodies.ca. Like I said, I look forward to hearing from you.